Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Sussex Squad, how are y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are the people assaulting the island, you have lost your ever-loving mind. Baby, we are in an upside-down world. We have jumped the shark, I feel like, Kensington Palace and say said one. Let me just say, y'all know I believe that we still have not seen Kate, right? But Kensington Palace because they came out and said Kate had the big C. They're like, yeah, now we can do what we want. And you know what? We're still going to keep doing this over and over and over. But baby, remember when I said just let them keep talking, beloved? I know, just let them keep talking. Because baby, they are going to somehow mess it up. Do you know these mollywhoppers? Do you know these fools? Via their flunky. Liz Jones and the front page of the Mail online said Kate is popular. Not just because she always looks perfect. To which I said, I know we share an Anglo-Saxon language, but does perfect have a different meaning in the UK than it does here because... But I said, you know what? She does an adequate job of cosplaying Meghan, right? Always ill-fitting, always like the 68-year-old style version. Actually, let me take that back, because I know a lot of 68-year-olds that can dress better than Kate. But get this, they said not just because she always looks perfect. Now Kate's popular. Have you seen any visuals? Have you ever seen anybody wishing her well? They literally got 2 cards. And William was like, "Peasant, how dare you address me?" They said it's not just because she looks perfect, but because she refuses to be a victim. Kate, who tried to mobilize a nation's hate against Meghan because Meghan falsely made her cry. Kate, who will throw on a victim, Kate like no other. Kate who literally said, because I have cancer, how dare you ask me why I gaslit you and used fake doubles and fake pictures to lead you to believe that I was healthy. Kate doesn't like to play victim, but it's not over. Let's rewind this because you gotta hear the whole headline cadence. Popular. Not just because she always looks perfect, but because she refuses to be a victim. She's starting to eclipse the other Princess of Wales. Now, listen, they have lost their entire minds. First of all, when I first read this headline, I said, how much did they pay you? Liz Truss. But that's when I realized they just go out on Scooby Stacks. Kate is starting to eclipse Diana now. Interestingly enough, I find it odd that William was trying to ruin his mother's legacy, in my opinion, until it came out that there was all this Kate, the fake stuff. And that's when they started comparing Kate to Diana, and they were like, I fear what happens to my mother will happen to Kate again. I'm telling you how I see it as my opinion. You don't have to believe me, but something's going wrong with Kate. I don't care. It's not even a conspiracy. Anyone with a thinking mind that pays attention has to come to the same conclusion. Okay, what it is, I don't know, but there's something that they're hiding, right? And what they've admitted to just doesn't make sense. But they only after that used Diana's name in order to cover up for their fishy things they were doing. I find it particularly disgusting that, as they call him on Twitter, William Parker Bowles literally only started claiming his mother again to save himself. Even in death, they have gotten William to cling to power instead of the person that tried to protect him from all that. But that's another conversation. Listen to this unhinged article. They've lost the plot. They are insane. But at the end of the day, I'm like, who are they talking to? Because Diana was loved internationally. She was loved internationally, so who it? Let's hear it also. What has Kate done? I'm asking for a friend. And the friend is me. What has Kate actually done? She's talked a good game. She said what she wanted to do, what she could have done, what she will do. But what has she done after? Besides becoming an empty vessel that the men in gray can use to their detriment anyway, they said, speaking on the reaction, the Mail's current affairs talk show presenter and columnist Sarah Vine dared to utter the sacrilegious unsayable. I think the Princess of Wales is fast becoming as popular, if not more popular, than that other Princess of Wales, the other Princess of Wales. You mean Diana and William's co-signing all this? Yikes! As a long-time Diana devotee, I was instantly outraged. I'd always loved and admired Diana because she seemed, however, perversely to be humble, one of us, despite the aristo birthright, the way she corpsed for the camera or nervously patted her hairdo, with some big, boring, formal dinner. You're a fan of Diana because it sounds like you're low-key, dragging her little light shade on a Saturday afternoon. Listen, but let's keep getting. Diana made mistakes. We all do, and not just with her see-through skirts, but wearing black when not to a funeral. Not done for a royal. Are you talking about that revenge dress with Camilla? She was going to a funeral. It was to the funeral of Camilla and Charles's reputation. She was going to a funeral. You just didn't pick it up or showing way too much décolletage. And yet another voluminous Emmanuel dress. Tell me you're a bad bee and you got. And this girl is hating on her. You can't take all that beauty, can you? Diana's wedding gown was hopelessly creased, and her choice of a husband was downright disastrous. What woman wouldn't sympathize? You're a Diana fan, okay. As she opened up about her troubles, Diana helped usher in the Me Too age, the bearing of souls, and the tell-all memoirs. The unstoppable trend for wellness. Yo, that old guard of the UK. I don't understand it. It's like they cling to it, but it's very punishing. I couldn't talk about my feelings, so you can't. I can't be free, so you can't. I live in a jail, so you have to. It's giving prisoner acrobat Azkaban. Anyway, she was a godsend for some of us. Listen to worship. Having an eating disorder was not something to be ashamed of or keep secret. Thanks to Diana being honest about dealing with depression, her depression and self-harm helped many teenage girls sitting shivering in their bedrooms to feel no longer alone. A turbulent, far from perfect private life sold newspapers and magazines, of course, and for the entirety of Diana's reign as Queen of Chaos, I too was writing about her. You were the one people dogging her out, and I like the way with Diana. What did they reduce her to? Her disorders, which again is nothing to be ashamed about. She did bring enlightenment, but she also brought enlightenment to landmines, to HIV, to people like to the world, to people that they told us from England were worthless and disposable. That's what Diana did. Again, she proved that with a life of privilege, and she still had her shopping sprees and her yachts and her rich boyfriends. She still said, instead of literally hiding away and showing up one time away to cook, I will truly live my life using my spotlight to draw attention to each other, to draw attention to others. Do I have to do it? No, do I want to do it? Heck yeah, she said. My very first Shy Die assignment for Company magazine was to track down other 19-year-old brides who were due to be married on the same day. The fact that Diana was 19 was so young and still ran circles around them. Yet, this progressed to writing about my own depression, eating disorder, and the collapse of my own marriage. Diana was a lucrative, if broken mirror to so many of our lives, meaning we clung to her and still do. If a beautiful princess can be desperately unhappy, then we all felt less alone, less the blame. Again, I do think this woman is talking about her experience, and I do think a lot of people that think they are Diana fans, they only think about how it affected her. It's funny how people outside of the UK see her as a beacon for what philanthropy could and should be, but here's what she said, the Diana fan. But the world has moved on, and the reason I believe that Catherine has now topped the recent YouGov poll. The YouGov polls are bought and paid for by Jason, now Simon, whatever, of most popular royals. Here's a funny thing, I don't think that it's wrong. I think that Kate is the most popular royal. However, have they ever done a poll to see if royals are even popular? That's like saying 5% of the people like you, and out of that 5%, you're number one girl, I guess. A surprising even William and Charles Kate is that she personifies a more modern, self-assured ideal of womanhood. Kate is a Stepford wife, and William lets her. No, Catherine refuses to be a victim. She will not allow herself to be tossed on the choppy waters of whatever fate befalls her. It's notable that occupying third position in the YouGov rankings is Anne, the Princess Royal, another woman who refuses to whinge or whine or buckle under the weight of self-pity. Catherine is popular not just because she's never creased or caught wearing the wrong thing, but because she is strong. They are calling Catherine the doormat strong. Even when towing the world of her cancer diagnosis, there was no hint of poor me, no hysteria, no man at her side to prop her up. There was also no hint of humanity, because that was not the real Catherine. There was no hint of that. It wasn't I. There was no hint. You what? Poor me you have I can't. She knew that. Had she broken down, we would have done the same. Catherine possesses the quiet dignity of those like the late Queen Elizabeth, another crazy sociopath who were fired in the kiln of wartime. Catherine was fired in the kiln of wartime as steely stoicism who seemed to skip a couple of generations. I can't imagine Kate bleeding about menopause when her time comes. Wow, so reluctantly, I agree with Sarah Vine. There is a dignity and strength in just getting on with life, putting the needs of others first. What needs does she put first? Cap Kate, what needs? What has she done for anybody other than herself and her family and her children? You don't get a gold star for doing the bare minimum. As humans who reproduce, Diana fulfilled a need, she opened the floodgates. Catherine's role today is quietly and serenely to close them. Yo, you guys, the UK is out of their minds. In my opinion, they are Toxic City, and this is why they are never going to win. Baby, you worry about that monarchy. Go to TikTok and see who's the queen of people. And I'm not even talking about 40, 50, 60-year-olds go to 20-year-old TikToks. What? You need 30-year-old and see what's in baby. It's not stoicism, and stop trying to put lipstick on a pig. Catherine is as power-hungry, self-centered as them, and the fact that all these flunkies are literally swarming around to uphold a system. You guys listen, I've said enough. Let me know what you think of the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.